Java is a wonderful programming language, and in as much as it has improved over the years, and they are still improving on it, you still feel that you write some extra boilerplate code sometimes. So let's call this human. And let's say we have string name, have int age, and can have string country. Now, I want to have the getters and setters, so I have to do this, and then, of course, I'll need an empty constructor, and I also need a constructor that initializes everything. Now, for some languages, you don't need to do this. All this is not needed in some languages. Now, not only that, there's some other few things in Java that you might feel, can we make this a little bit simpler? Now, there's a library called Lombok that you can use to make all this simpler. So here is the website, projectlombok.org. So, according to it, it spices up your Java, making it more concise. And what does it take for you to use it? Very simple. Firstly, we need to use Maven here. If you're in a project that uses Gradle already, such as Android Studio, you can use that. But for this normal Java project, I want to use Maven. So I would go to install and see all the different ways, but I'm going to choose Maven. I will copy this here. First, I'll enable auto import. Paste what I pasted here. Allow it do its thing. And we are good to go. The next thing we should do is to make sure we have the Lombok plugin. So go to settings, go to plugins, I'll search for Lombok plugin. So you see here, you see Lombok. So let me install it. It has over 5.1 million installs as at this time. So after installing it, you'll be asked to restart IDE. So I'll restart my IDE. The first thing was to get the dependency and then the plugin. So let's start working. So one of the first things you will see in Lombok is var. I know Java has var, right? We have var in Java, but that came in Java 10, and probably in your programming, especially something like Android where you're stuck with Java 7-ish features, you can use var. Or you're in a company that you are using Java 7 or Java 8, which is the common thing for now. So if I say var x is equal to 4, I can come and say x is equal to 34 and then print out x. So it's just like what you see in the Java 10. But for those that are new to var, this var is different from the JavaScript var. So now that I've said var x is equal to 4, I can't come and say x is equal to hello. Because x was 4, it inferred that, okay, x is going to be an integer, even though I didn't specify it was an integer. So anytime I'm going to use it, I can't come and tell it it's a string. So it must maintain the type because Java has always been statically typed. Now, apart from var, we also have val, which is like a final variable. So if I make something a val, import it. If I make something a val and I run this, you see that there's an error. It said cannot assign a value to a final variable x. Because x is a final variable, because I use val, we can't come and reassign a value to it. If you remember what final variables, how they operate in Java. Now, another thing we can use is the non-null. Non-null. So for example, let's say we have a method, something, that collects a string, name, reads out the name. So we have a string, of course, but this string is null. And then I passed in x to something. If I run this, of course, it's going to print out null. But let's say you don't want this name to be null. Normally, you will say something like if name is equal to null, something like that. Then you want to perform an action or something. Instead, what you want to do is you can use the Project Lombok non-null. Now, if anything is passed here and it's null, to throw an exception. So let's run this. So you see the exception. Name is marked non-null, but is null. That helps you prevent that situation, makes it easier. You don't need to start doing the if statement. So you could use this. There are different use cases where this will be helpful.